So y'all, we got to go back to Springfield, Ohio, since it's been in the spotlight, and deal with another situation that popped up at the city council meeting. And you might remember some of the clips if you watch my channel or conservative channels and networks. You might remember the clip where the lady was at the city council meeting complaining about, you know, what's going on with the Haitians and all of this stuff, and how she wants them to give her a reason to stay. Give her a reason to stay. She made such an outcry that it reached national attention, national folks' ears all over the place, man. And folks start saying, this is sad. Oh, man, we got to go down there. We got to do something. We got to help her. And then when the cavalry comes in, this woman decides to flip the script, y'all. So, guys, let's go ahead and check out what she's talking about now versus what she talked about a couple days ago. What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel, just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party. We're just getting started.
Like this, I watched some more of this Springfield City Commission meeting. The whole thing resembled a struggle session where no one felt that they could speak their minds. They all had to affirm virtues of multiculturalism. For example, you might remember this woman who spoke a few days ago about her experiences in Springfield. This clip went viral at the time for obvious reasons. Here's some of it.
I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me. I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly. And last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally.
Now, after hearing that, of course, you know, once it reaches national attention and conservatives start to support what's happening, you're going to have the woke mob attack anybody who would bring attention to something like this. You're going to definitely have left-wing, you know, either commentators, Democrats, or folks on the internet say, oh, this is nothing more than a Karen. I'm sure this woman is just whining because these people are immigrants and because they're from Haiti. And everybody's not built to handle the pressure of the angry mob. See, they know how to shut you up, regardless of if your complaints are legit or valid. See, if your complaint stands in the way of progressivism, liberalism, the Democrats' agenda, then they don't care if it's valid. They don't care if it's really impacting you, your safety, your community. They don't care nothing about that. They will find a way, instead of addressing the validity of your claim, they'll find a way to call you a racist, tell you you're the problem for even recognizing it or bringing it up. Now, when you're somebody who steps out and you recognize these problems and you complain about these problems and you step on the toes of the people who created the problem and they don't want it highlighted, you know what they're going to do? They're going to send in the minions to attack you. And if you're not built tough, you'll fold to the angry mob. You know, I get it. You know, no one wants to be, everybody's on the line talking about, you know what, you ain't nothing but a white and this and that, and you a Karen and the years of oppression and you know, nobody wants that. So when you come out and you say something like this, obviously this woman's concerned. She wants some change. She wants the cavalry to come in. She wants somebody to come in and deal with the issue. She's bringing up serious stuff like, yo, I'm scared. I feel danger all around us and all of these things. These are serious things. So then when people say, oh, man, we heard what happened to you. This is messed up. You know what? We got to do something about this. But then on the flip side, you get people saying, you know what? The fact that you out here exposing us and what we've done and brought all this attention to us. Yeah, what we're going to do is say, you're bringing all of this attention to this city because of racism, and you're bringing all of these white nationalists and all of these folks that spewing hate and all these folks who hate immigrants. You're giving them legitimacy. You're the problem for complaining about it. You're the problem for recognizing. You're the problem for speaking out. And if you're not tough, you would do what this lady just did.
So she's understandably frustrated. She's clearly telling the truth about her firsthand experiences. She's very emotional about it. Her life is being destroyed. Her community is being destroyed. And she's deeply, deeply devastated by that. A lot of people shared that clip. I shared it with all compassion for this woman and what she's going through. And yet here was that same woman on Tuesday.
I did not mean to bring any ill will to my city. Everybody knows at this point who I am, and I'm not really comfortable with that.
You didn't mean to bring any ill will to your city, okay? But the Democrats did. They brought that ill will to your city. That's why you were there complaining. But instead, you're now going to go ahead and accept the blame. My fault for speaking up. My fault for recognizing this. You know what I mean? My bad. Continue to abuse me. So if this is your response to speaking out, and then they bully, shame, or intimidate you into retracting it, or at least trying to justify why you said it, you get what you deserve.
I try to keep to myself, and that's not what I wanted, was for this to happen. I did not mean to bring any ill will to the city, all right? I'm just saying that I did not mean to bring any ill will. And about the ducks and the cats, I'm the crazy cat lady in my town, and I'm not missing any. Everybody's present and accounted for. And if they were coming up out of our park with geese or ducks, I would be one of the first people to see it. I'm telling you, it's not happening. So stop with all that. That's what I want to say. And
so now, of course, she has to throw a little bone out there to the Democrats who's trying to pretend that Donald Trump, even talking about this, was being stupid and falling into conspiracy theories and all of this stuff like that. She doesn't know. I mean, you would think that she's sitting in the back with binoculars and she can see the whole city and what happens. Just by her saying that, I can easily say there are people who said that they did see stuff like that happening. Heck, there is a picture that I found where a guy was carrying 2 geese. Maybe they were still alive. Maybe he was just transporting them to somewhere else. But nonetheless, she felt it important to say that as if she's the only one that would know the answer to that. But secondly, as she's sitting there talking about, you know what, I didn't mean to bring any ill whatever. I try to keep to myself. I'm sure she came under severe social pressure from radicals or from liberals, leftists, and probably also online because of how viral her speech went. And once it crashed into her, she buckles.
thank you, Ms. Tackett, because you spoke to me like I had some sense last Wednesday. I've got the courage to stand back up here again today. Thank you. Thank you, people.
Thank you so much.
These people.
So there you have it. That is her now coming out and saying, you know what? My bad for getting up here. I didn't know that me being sincere and honest about what was happening would go so viral to where as folk decided, let's go ahead and come to her rescue. Let's come down there and support her. Yeah, the fact that all of these people recognize that this is going on down in Springfield, Ohio. They're mistreating these people like this, man. We got to do something. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. You want our help, right? You want our help. Now only to come out and make a soft retraction. She's not saying all those things didn't happen to me, or I don't care about those things anymore, or I was wrong for recognizing those things. No, what she's saying is, I'm sorry that Democrats got exposed, city council people got exposed, and somebody on city council pulled me to the side and got in my ear. You don't want this type of heat, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you can get the way you see it is different. And you know what? It's going to make our city look like we filled with nothing but racists and stuff like that. You don't want to look like a racist, do you? You don't want that type of... And then she comes out and makes this kind of soft retraction. But what she don't realize is that she's not going to be supported by anybody now. You think the Democrats are going to make changes to that? You think they're going to praise her and make her a hero? You think that... No, the angry mob online will still attack her. They'll still call her a Karen. She's still going to be shunned, all of that stuff. And now we are looking at her and going, okay, you're the girl who cried wolf. Apparently it's not that bad. Apparently you're not that upset about it. So stop whining about it. You put the call out. You went out there talking about, I need some help. We come and you're like, all right, never mind, a false call. So now, next time you get out there whining, because you didn't say the danger is gone. You didn't say, you know what, I now feel safe. Things have changed. I saw it differently. So apparently all the problems are still there. But she has to come out and downplay the problems and all of that stuff so she could, I guess, not feel like the person has stirred up the pot and brought all this attention on Springfield, and she don't want to be labeled as the Karen that made the Democrat Party look bad. So that's her response, and Matt Walsh got something to say about it.
These people, I can't even say all the things I want to say. I mean, really, with an attitude like you deserve to lose your community with an attitude like this. I still don't think you should, because I believe in controlling the border and national sovereignty. So I'll still speak out about it. But if you don't even have the gumption to stand by your own words, when you're justifiably angry that your community is being destroyed and you feel the need to come back around and rationalize it, then like, how is it that some of us who don't even live there care more about your community than you do? You don't have to apologize for caring about your own well-being and the well-being of your community. You don't need to apologize for that. You should care about that. So now, after her comments generate outrage, appropriate, justified outrage, she's backtracking. Now that they make Democrats, in the ideology of multiculturalism look bad, she's apologetic. She doesn't say that she lied before. She just recognized now that what she said was inconvenient for the ideology she's required to hold. And she wants to stay in the good graces of, the people who run her community, I guess. And so she didn't mean to bring any ill will.
Well said, Matt. And we see this across the whole country. We see Democrat S-hole ran cities where people will get out there and they will complain. They'll talk about the crime. They'll talk about the illegal immigrants, the impact that it has on the city, the resources that it's taken up, and all of that stuff. But at the same time, they still support the Democrats. They'll still go down there and vote them in and all of that stuff. They won't take a stance. They won't punish them politically. They will cave oftentimes to the angry mob and try to justify why all of this stuff is happening. They'll make excuses for it. And, you know me. In the past, I've said sometimes, you got to wait until it hurts. You got to let these things happen. But as conservatives, when we see these things taking place, even in S-hole-ran Democrat cities, there's still a little bit of concern and compassion about what's going on. Even when I'm hearing people who are brainless, who are still voting for Democrats, but yet suffering under Democrat policies and decisions, I still be like, oh, I can't just sit back and act like this ain't happening. I can't just say, well, you know what? Let them go ahead and reap what they sow. Something in me, because I believe in America and I want to see some order and I want to see everybody prosperous and safe and all of that stuff, I'm still going to speak out against it. And it would appear that I recognize and want change more than the people that's there suffering from it. I could just say, like Matt said, hey, look, man, let it get to the point where the whole city burns down and all of these American citizens suffer. And maybe at that point, they'll wake up and realize, what are we doing? We're supporting these folks. We're up here encouraging these folks by still saying I'm voting for you and all of that stuff, while this is what they're doing to our community and city. We could do that, but as a patriot, as an American citizen, sometimes you just want to protect the stupid as well. You're going, man, they don't know better. I mean, I see they trying to get there. They're complaining, but they're still not able to make the connection of where the source of the problem is coming from. They're still trying to find other ways to justify all of this chaos around them and place blame aside from where it's coming from. And then when you recognize it, you get attacked like this lady. And if you're not built tough, you'll do exactly what this lady just did. But not me. I'll call that mess out, and I don't care if every news station in the world show up in my neighborhood talking about that. Are you the black white supremacist in there? Did you say that these immigrants shouldn't be in your neighborhood because you're a white supremacist? I'll be like, hey, first of all, get off my lawn. Only poop that I allow on my lawn is my dog's poop. I don't allow all of this media poop on my lawn. But secondly, yeah, I said it. Now what? And stare at them until they look away. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. We'll see y'all next time in Cav's Corner. Take care. Bye-bye.